The camping stove market has a problem. Some of the brands campers trust most built their reputations decades ago, back when durability mattered more than marketing, back when a stove was expected to survive years of abuse, bad weather, and thousands of meals in the backcountry. But over time, many of those brands changed hands. Manufacturing moved, materials changed, cost targets replaced engineering targets, and yet the logos stayed exactly the same. Today, we're exposing 5 camping stove brands that no longer deserve the trust they've inherited. Number 5, Coleman. Few names in camping carry more trust than Coleman. Founded in 1900 by William Coffin Coleman, the company built its reputation on lanterns that became synonymous with American camping. For generations, Coleman products were simple, durable, and designed to last. Many of those lanterns from the 1950s and 1960s still function today. That's the reputation modern Coleman continues to benefit from. The question is whether today's products still justify it. Over the last several decades, Coleman passed through multiple corporate owners before eventually becoming part of Newell Brands, the same conglomerate behind consumer products ranging from Sharpie markers to crock-pot appliances. That transition changed the business. Manufacturing increasingly shifted overseas, product lines expanded, and price targets became just as important as product performance. The result is a catalog where quality varies dramatically depending on the model. The issue isn't that Coleman makes unusable stoves. Many still work perfectly fine for casual campers. The issue is that the brand is often treated as a premium legacy name when much of the engineering now reflects mass market cost optimization. Look closely at many modern entry-level Coleman stoves, and you'll notice thinner materials, more plastic components, and fewer serviceable parts than older generations. For occasional weekend use, that may not matter. For long-term reliability, it absolutely does. Verdict: you're not buying the Coleman your grandfather trusted. You're buying a modern consumer product carrying the same logo. Number 4, Ozark Trail. If Coleman sells heritage, Ozark Trail sells affordability. And that's exactly why millions of first-time campers buy it every year. Ozark Trail is Walmart's in-house outdoor brand. Its products are designed to hit aggressive price targets and dominate entry-level shelf space. Walk into almost any Walmart in America and you'll find Ozark Trail tents, sleeping bags, chairs, lanterns, and of course, camping stoves. The appeal is obvious. A camping stove for a fraction of the cost of premium alternatives. For someone getting into camping, that's hard to ignore. The problem begins when people mistake low cost for value, because those are not the same thing. A quality stove is fundamentally an engineering product. It needs stable pot supports, reliable fuel regulation, consistent burner output, durable materials that can withstand repeated heat cycles. Every one of those requirements costs money, and when a manufacturer is competing primarily on price, compromises become unavoidable. The metal used in many budget stove designs is thinner, the burner assemblies are simpler, the tolerances are less precise, and quality control is rarely where the budget is being spent. To be fair, many Ozark Trail stoves will work perfectly fine for occasional use. That's not the issue. The issue is that a beginner often has no way of recognizing where the compromises were made. A stove can look perfectly adequate on a store shelf. Only later does the owner discover uneven heating, poor wind resistance, weaker materials, or components that wear out much faster than expected. Ozark Trail isn't selling engineering, it's selling accessibility, and there is a difference. Verdict: you're buying the lowest possible price, not the highest possible standard. Number 3, Camp Chef. This one is going to surprise some people because Camp Chef doesn't belong in the same category as Ozark Trail. In fact, many Camp Chef products are genuinely good. The problem isn't poor quality, the problem is value. Camp Chef built its reputation by offering practical outdoor cooking equipment for hunters, campers, and backyard cooks. For years, that formula worked. Reasonable prices, solid construction, straightforward designs. But as the outdoor market expanded, prices expanded with it. And today, some Camp Chef stoves compete directly with brands whose engineering investment is significantly higher. That's where the problem starts. When consumers see premium pricing, they naturally naturally expect premium engineering, not premium marketing, not premium branding, engineering. Features that improve durability, features that improve efficiency, features that improve performance under real-world conditions. Yet many Camp Chef models occupy an uncomfortable middle ground, too expensive to be considered budget gear, not advanced enough to justify comparison with the industry's most technically refined systems. The result is a product lineup that often feels more expensive than it is innovative. Again, this doesn't mean the stoves are bad. Many are perfectly capable, but capability alone isn't enough when you're paying premium money, because premium prices create premium expectations, and those expectations aren't always met. Verdict: good products, questionable value. Number 2, REI Co-op. Few names in outdoor recreation enjoy more trust than REI, and in many ways that trust is deserved. The cooperative model is genuinely different. Members receive dividends. Customer service is excellent. The return policy is among the most generous in the industry. All of that is real. What concerns us is the gear, specifically REI's house brand products. Because REI is first and foremost a retailer. Its expertise is selling outdoor equipment, not necessarily engineering it. Most REI branded camping products are manufactured through third-party suppliers and designed to hit specific retail price targets. That isn't unusual. Many companies do exactly the same thing. The difference is perception. Consumers often assume that REI branded gear represents the best engineering available at its price point. In reality, it frequently competes against specialist manufacturers whose entire business revolves around designing that exact category of product. Companies that spend every day refining stove efficiency, improving burner performance, testing materials, reducing weight, optimizing fuel consumption. REI's business model simply doesn't revolve around that level of specialization. And it shows. The products are usually competent, rarely exceptional. The cooperative deserves its reputation. The gear often doesn't. Verdict: a great retailer, not necessarily a great stove manufacturer. Number 1, Campingaz. This is where heritage becomes a liability. Campingaz was founded in France in 1949. For decades, it was one of Europe's most recognizable camping brands. Entire generations of campers grew up using Campingaz products. The name became synonymous with portable outdoor cooking, and that's precisely why it earns the number 1 spot, because the brand still benefits enormously from a reputation built during a completely different era. Modern campers face a very different market. Competition is stronger. Engineering standards are higher. Consumers have access to products that simply didn't exist 20 years ago. And yet many Campingaz products continue to command prices that imply premium performance. The problem is that the performance often struggles to separate itself from less expensive alternatives. In some cases, the designs feel conservative, incremental, safe, while competitors continue pushing efficiency, weight reduction, and wind resistance forward. Innovation has become one of the most important currencies in outdoor equipment, and Campingaz increasingly relies on familiarity instead. The logo remains powerful, the history remains impressive. The engineering advantage is much harder to find. For a new camper, that distinction matters, because history cannot boil water, only the stove can. Verdict: you're paying for yesterday's reputation in today's market. In fairness, not every camping stove brand is living off its reputation. Some companies are still earning their customers' trust. If you're looking for brands that still deserve their reputation, these are 3 worth knowing. Number 3, MSR. Some brands earn their reputation through advertising. MSR earned its reputation in some of the harshest environments on Earth. For decades, its stoves have been trusted by backpackers, mountaineers, and serious outdoor enthusiasts who can't afford equipment failure. The company has remained focused on reliability above almost everything else, and it shows. MSR isn't perfect. Its products aren't always the cheapest, and they aren't always the most innovative, but when dependability matters, few brands have a stronger track record. Which brings us to the next brand, because reliability alone isn't enough anymore. Modern campers expect something else too: efficiency. Verdict: built to perform when failure isn't an option. Number 2, Jetboil. This is where engineering starts getting smarter. Jetboil didn't become popular by making traditional stoves. It became popular by rethinking how camp cooking works. The company's integrated systems helped set new standards for fuel efficiency and boil times. Less wasted fuel, less waiting, more performance from every ounce you carry. For backpackers, that's a significant advantage, and it's exactly why Jetboil remains one of the most respected names in the category. But there's still one problem. Efficiency is only part of the equation. The best camping stove brands don't just innovate, they combine innovation with generations of proven experience. And that's where our number one pick stands apart. Verdict: one of the smartest systems ever brought to the backcountry. Number 1, Primus. This is what it looks like when a company refuses to live on yesterday's reputation. Founded in 1892, Primus has spent more than a century refining outdoor cooking equipment. But unlike many legacy brands, it didn't stop evolving. The company continues investing in better materials, better efficiency, and better engineering. Its products combine the reliability campers expect from a heritage brand with the innovation they expect from a modern one. That's a difficult balance to achieve, and even harder to maintain for over 100 years, which is exactly why Primus earns the top spot. Verdict: some brands inherited their reputation. Primus continues to earn it. So what's your take? Which camping stove brand do you trust most? Let us know in the comments. And if you'd like to see more in-depth gear breakdowns like this one, subscribe and join us for the next review. Thanks for watching.